Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. Today we'll be discussing the energy that's going to be prominent this week, January 24th through January 30th, 2021. This energy goes to reinforce the overall theme of 2021, which is break down to break through, breaking down the paradigms that resonate with third dimensional energy as we move into the reality of five-dimensional awareness. So there's instability that is going to continue with us for quite some time until we acclimate from earth energy to air energy, which happened late in December of 2020. Earth energy is very grounded. It makes you feel secure and stable. Air energy is basically the opposite of that. It's using your intuition to guide you versus those benchmarks that we used to use in our reality that helped us to make a decision or feel comfortable in our environment. Second, Mars and Uranus are still in the sign of Taurus. So you can expect struggles with letting go of what we thought was true or the way we've always conducted ourselves. Again, we are in the transformational process, and Mars is the planet of action and Uranus is unexpected things or surprises. So these are things that come in right out of the blue, but they are helping us to transition into this new five-dimensional reality. This week, a new theme for us will be the incessant need to express ourselves. So the full moon and some of the other configurations that are going on this week are reinforcing this. So you may feel this sudden urgency to express exactly how you feel and to stand in your truth. Also, another theme for this week is the need to break free from any constraints by releasing things, be it physical relationships that you've outgrown, emotional relationships that you've outgrown, or physical property. Let's say it's time to sell the house. Maybe it's time to go room to room and just declutter. So you're taking action, which is the Mars piece of this, but you're also trying to clear space so that the new can come in. So I put together something you may find helpful. If not, that's fine too. And I hope that this comes through and everyone can see it. But these are the different planetary locations and the length of time that they will be in those locations. This is helpful to me. I typically make note of it and have it near my computer. I didn't know if you would like it too, but I thought I would provide that and send it along to you. And I picked this nice notepad because it signifies springtime. We've got a couple of birds in here as well as a nest. It looks like a robin's nest because it's blue eggs. But by springtime, a lot of this energy that we're currently feeling is going to start to soften up, and the transition will be a little bit less cumbersome as it is now. So that's why I selected this notebook. But if you can freeze the frame and then jot these down, if that's something that you're interested in, please do. Now, in addition to these items and these planets and where they're going to be at, we have some other movement going on this week. So, for example, tomorrow, the 26th, if you're watching this on the 25th, on January 26th, the Sun squares Uranus. So expect shocks and awakenings, surprises, disclosures of truth, but also cyber issues. So back up your work. Protect your passwords, change your passwords, do things to protect the integrity of anything that you might find in your computer. On the 28th, we have our full moon in Leo, which we'll get into in greater detail in just a moment. And then on the late 28th, 29th is the luckiest day of the year. That came up in our last chat, so I wanted to discuss that a little bit more with you right now. What that means is Jupiter is going to be closest to the Sun on this day. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and the Sun is self. So it's expansion of our self, but it's also expansion of awareness, and expansion of gifts, expansion of anything that happens to be in your reality on that day. So what do we want to do? We want to keep things positive. We want to be grateful. I expect significant growth and manifestation, which is where the luck comes in. You can manifest luck very easily on the 28th, 29th, depending on where you're at on the planet. But jot this day down, because after the full moon, it'd be nice. It'll be a welcome reprieve to have a little bit of luck on our side, let's say. Then on the 30th, Mercury goes retrograde. We've spoke about that in our last chat briefly, but retrograde reminds me of recycles, review, redo, rewrite. So you're going to be reviewing. Instead of taking action, it's time to pause and review projects or initiatives. Instead of starting them at this time, from the 30th until the 21st of February, I would recommend holding off on any new projects, especially relative to any communications, transportation, or technology. Just save it till after that date. Use this time as time that's been carved out so you can review and see if the initiative that you wish to pursue or push or educate others on is, if there's any loopholes, is there anything that you need to do to solidify that project before it moves forward. So let's talk a little bit more about the full moon. Got another wonderful graphic for you to enjoy if you so choose. Everybody enjoyed the Cafe Astrology, which is who I use to get this. Cafe Astrology is a wonderful resource for astrological information. I am not an astrologist. I do depend on them, as well as a couple other astrologers that I follow, to get my information. As far as interpretation of the symbols, that's also up to them. How those symbols apply to you as an individual, but also to the collective as a whole, and how they fit in together between the transition from 3D to 5G. 5D, that's my job. So anyway, here we go. There are three major components. So we've got the full moon, we've got our moon in Leo, we've got the sun over here in Aquarius. Now, in addition to that full moon, we've got three aspects that I will describe. And I don't like to instigate or say that an aspect is necessarily negative. It's your interpretation of it and how you use that energy that will determine whether it's a positive or negative for you. So anyway, our first aspect is going to be all of the planets that currently sit in Aquarius. So that's going to be the sun, we've got Jupiter, Mercury, let's see what else is in there. Saturn, they're all in Aquarius. And again, it's opposite the full moon. Hello, it's a full moon. So it's opposite the full moon in Leo. But the challenge, or the aspect that you should be paying attention to, is the fact that we've got an angle here, or a square, with the planets that are in Taurus. That would be Mars and Uranus. So we discussed these planets a little bit last time we spoke. But this is going to be your need to express yourself. This is that incessant need to speak, to act, to do. So Taurus is instigating the action. Taurus is tried and true, but you've got Uranus, which is activity and explosive changes and out of the blue and quick moving energy. So there's a bit of a dichotomy there, but nonetheless, it is there to supplement the full moon and to help us grow within that energy. The second aspect, or aspect number 2, is Eris is in Aries. So Eris is the small planet of discord and chaos. But just much like we've seen, more so in 2020, but the earlier part of 2021, a lot of the actions where people were extremely frustrated. So they were feeling, the need to quarrel and to stand so firmly in their truth that they're willing to do whatever is necessary to prove their point. So we've got Eris is in Aries. Aries is the action planet, and it is square Venus and Pluto in Capricorn. So over here we've got Venus and Pluto in Capricorn, and it's squaring. So it's a 90-degree angle, or a square to those planets at that location. Venus stands for money and relationships, and Capricorn stands for solid foundations. So if you can imagine, Pluto is also the planet of transformation. I apologize. So Venus is love and relationships, and Pluto is transformation, and Eris is the planet of discord. So it's going to be discord, and growth, transformation in financial markets and in love. So if there's some difficulties with some of the relationships that you have, or some transitions, shall we say, or growth in your finances, you can thank that that aspect for those feelings and the reality of that situation. Okay, aspect number 3. Neptune is in Pisces and it squares the nodal axis in Gemini. So here is Neptune in Pisces, and then our nodal axis is right here, and it's the North Node. So the North Node is what we believe to be true. This is the direction that we're all headed, and Neptune is illusion, deceit, fogginess. So we might lose our sense of compass again. We may be looking for direction. We're not sure. Things that we thought were true may not be true. So not only do we have a full moon, but we've got some interesting aspects relative to relationships, financial markets, illusion or deceit, as well as this incessant need to express ourselves. So with all of that energy that's coming up this week, in addition to the sun squaring Uranus tomorrow, the luckiest day of the year, the 28th, 29th, that's Jupiter and Sun becoming very close in the sky, and as well Mercury retrograde. What does that mean for you? What can you do to best survive the planetary energies, but more importantly, how can you use them to your advantage? So what can you do? Pause. If you find that you are struggling with a situation, be it anxiety or frustration or anger, just pause. Just pause. The action is not necessary unless it's that incessant need that is coming up with this full moon. Transform that energy into something that will benefit you. Outward actions like dancing, drawing, singing, those are all things that you can do to take that energy, and it's action energy, but it's benefiting you, and it's feeding you in a good way, in a very positive way, because right now the actions that you put out are going to be returned to you very quickly. So you want to keep it upbeat as much as you can. Transmute the challenging energy. We talked about transmutation of energy. That's important. It will continue to be important at least through the first quarter of 2021. We talked about that last week. If you need to understand what it means to transmute energy, I am going to post another video on this channel that explains that, a very short video that will help you in that process as well. So transmutation of energy is important. Clear away what's not yours, return it to source for the greater good of all. Then I want you to keep an open heart. So don't allow the things that you see or the things that you hear to shut you down, because in the end of all of this transformational energy, it's a positive end. It is a positive end. Keeping your heart open will allow you to receive all the benefits that come along with all of these different aspects and astrological configurations like full moons, new moons, quarter moons, and eclipses that will also be coming up this year. So be observant. It's never a bad thing to step into the role of observer, especially if things are getting heated or you simply don't understand, or there's some illusions that present. Take a step back. Pause. Revisit the issue in a couple of days. Remember, we're getting ready to enter Mercury retrograde cycle, so pause is always a good thing. Reflection is always a good thing. Another one of those RE words, reflection, is a good one to do during that retrograde cycle. So you may need to give yourself a little bit of a timeout right now. Express yourself creatively. We talked about that a little bit, but because there's a lot of creative energy that follows along with the Aquarius astrological sign, and then you've got a lot of this Mars energy asking you to go forth and do, and just the Eris involvement in Aries. It's all action based, so use it to your advantage. Here in my house, in the last couple of weeks, we've completely transformed the guest room, the downstairs storage area, and then took another room, completely took it apart, and reorganized it and put it back together again. And I can tell you, it felt really good to be able to do that. I'm using the energy that exists in this environment for the greater good, so that my house can be in order, so that I can do wonderful things and spend time with you all. which gets back to my final point. The other thing that you can do is free yourself of clutter. And as I spoke earlier, this can be relationships that no longer serve a purpose in your life. This could be clothes. You've got an abundance of clothes in the closet, or shoes, or whatever. Donate them, collect them, donate them to someone else who is in need. Spiritual. What are you holding on to that used to be your tried and true mechanism for spiritual purposes and directional purposes that you can let go of and allow your intuition to step in to the forefront and take charge? You will not be mistaken or misled if you allow your intuition to guide you, because at this time, I think that's the best means and mechanism. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, because it will not lead you astray. Well, with all of that said, I want to thank you so much for your time. I can't even begin to explain how excited I am to get this channel up and rolling. Please be sure to, if you enjoyed the video, to like it, subscribe, and share with as many friends as you can, because I would like to spread this word like wildfire so that each one of us who are faced with all this new energy and all this transition, to understand what it is for us. What can we extract from it to better ourselves and also better the collective? That's Unity Consciousness. And I'm so glad you're here. Again, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with as many friends as you'd like. If you have any comments or questions, also post them down in the comment section below. I will read those comments and I will reply. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, fantastic week, and I will see you soon. Namaste.